Ready to go?
You didn't want me sounding like Darth Vader all the way through it, did you?
So we just say
Remember your
happy
lines.
Sunday on. No, there's no point, is there?
You are.
No point saying happy Sunday instead because...
Well, we won't know what day it is, will we?
You don't know what day it is?
You don't know what day it is.
Hello guys and welcome to this little mini vlog that we're going to do, and it's basically all things Salou. So we had such a lovely time in Salou, didn't we, when we went?
Yeah, we had a great time. We encountered the power outage, which we'll probably reference many times during this video.
Yeah.
But we had a really good time, didn't we? So we thought that we'd bring a little review. We thought we'd talk about how we got there, what the park was like, what Salou was like, what it was like getting back and to from the airport, which airports we flew from and to.
Just like favourite rides, what we like, some of the favourite treats that we had, and just some things that I feel like we haven't really gone over since our trip, really. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And one thing that we did bring was, of course, the mug.
We've got
the mug that took him 3 days to buy.
We managed to find room in the cupboards.
Yeah, that's it, and we didn't have to buy a new cupboard, so it's okay. But yeah, so we're just gonna
have to buy new cupboards for all the mugs that I'll probably end up buying.
Yeah, well, I feel like every time we've gone somewhere now, we either buy a new mug or a new fridge magnet. I mean, a fridge magnet's a bit easier, isn't it?
Or we steal a cup from it
wasn't technically steal, because we
just didn't give the deposit back.
Yeah.
A little cheap souvenir.
Yeah, of course. Anything like this is just a great souvenir.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna start from the whole thing. So
start from basically.
Right. So when we were looking at the holiday in general, yeah. So we went on the 28th of April.
Yeah, we went 28th of April to the 2nd of May. We booked it through Love Holidays about 8 months before.
Yeah, it was, yes. And so if you're wondering why we're looking down, we've got notes here just so we keep on track to what we need to do.
We're not walking through a theme park, we can't just say what we see.
That's it. So just wanted to make sure we got all the prices correctly. So yeah, we did book through Love Holidays. We paid £354 per person, so each. And this was for a package, so it included the flight, which was with
Vueling on the way out. It's like the Spanish Ryanair, basically. And EasyJet coming back. Flew from Manchester Airport to Barcelona Airport.
God, I'm throwing things around, sorry. Yeah, Barcelona.
It's going to be a long video.
It's going to be a very long video, apologies.
Manchester to Barcelona, and then Barcelona to Manchester by EasyJet on the way back. And we had parking included. Yeah,
so when we booked through Love Holidays, we got a free £50 voucher if you spent over a certain amount. So the whole, like, both of our flights and both of our accommodations came to a total of £708.
Both of our accommodations? There was only one accommodation.
Okay, let me just rephrase that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so accommodation for the both of us.
There you go. You got it right. The Scouser does English.
This is the first time doing this. I'm trying. So accommodation for the two of us. Yeah. That's correct, isn't it?
That's right.
And the flight for both of us was £708.23 total. Now the deal that was on at Love Holidays at the time was if you spent over £700, you got £50 off. So we added the parking.
The parking was about like 50-60 quid, wasn't it? So we basically just added it on. It was free. It was the jet parks.
Yeah.
Like, it was okay. It did a job.
It was fine. Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But the bus took a little bit longer, so you started flapping it, didn't you? Because we didn't have a...
We were a little bit late anyway getting to the airport than what we normally get to, and then the bus didn't turn up for about 20 minutes, and it said it was every 15, so we were like, what's going on?
Fully flapping it. It was a lovely place though to stand and watch all the planes come over.
Yeah, because the planes literally just come over you. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and the only other thing I think we'd have done differently is because, well, as we'll get into it, nothing to do with the power quiz, of course, but I think next time we'd fly to Royce, we'd fly to Royce instead of Barcelona.
We probably still said it wrong, and someone will correct us in the comments.
Yeah, if we've said it wrong, please just tell us, because we'd rather not be doing it and saying it the wrong way.
We'll be doing another
Wouden,
Houden, was it?
Yeah, so
Someone's corrected us.
Yes,
Thank you to that person.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it was rings heme or something as well. And it was like ring of circles or something for Europa Park. We'll talk about it probably when we do the Europa Park one, because we'll have all the notes and we'll be able to tell you exactly how to pronounce the roller coasters. But for now, when we got off at Barcelona airport, obviously it was absolute carnage because that's when the power cut hit. So there's two ways, there's a couple of ways you could do things. If you didn't hire a car, so we decided not to hire a car, you could obviously get the bus, or it was 2 trains. Now we didn't get on the train, and I just think we were so lucky we didn't do that, because all the power lines, all the cellular networks, everything went down, so we very luckily got on the bus.
I don't think there was any trains out of Barcelona that day at all, so
I think we'd have been
we'd have been very stuck.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we could have even booked a hotel, because there was no
card
payments.
All the phones were down too, so we couldn't even, as we touched the ground,
the card terminals were all down.
My phone was down completely, not even on, but yours was on, wasn't you? So we texted all the family off your phone, and then but we got on the bus. Now, is that in euros or in pounds? Euros.
It's in pounds, because I took it from my bank statement.
Amazing, that makes it even easier then. So the bus payment is at each?
No, it's between 2.
Okay, that's even better.
So it was 31.80 between 2, so it's like 16.50, but no, not even that. It's like 15.50 is
40, something like that. No, it's not.
Like 15.90, 15.90.
So it wasn't too bad at all, but that was like a 2.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour bus.
But it was actually quite scenic, because it was like all these beautiful bridges and stuff like that. So it was actually quite nice. It was all along the front as well, so it was actually really nice.
I suppose you don't really always want a 2-hour bus ride to your destination once you land from an airport, but that was okay. It was fine. We actually caught a bit of slack. You
did. You went right to Bobies.
Yeah, I was doing the Zeds.
Doing the big Zeds, yeah. But as I say, it was either that or 2 trains, and we just decided to get the bus.
We just thought straight there, but for like 16 quid each, you can't go wrong really.
So
when we got there, Golden Port Salou, we actually got to the hotel and they said, you've done well to get here.
That's the first thing they said to us, and we were like, what? Because at that point, I think it was only the bus rides.
Is there something that someone's not told us, which apparently there was. There was like, there's been a power outage, and I'd seen on my phone it had hit Madrid and Lisbon, but I didn't realise that it was all of Portugal and Spain. So I was like, right, didn't know it affected us as well, because obviously we just got the bus, the good old combustion engine.
Yeah, I feel like if we got on the train, we'd have been right in the middle of it.
Yeah, we'd have had a big problem.
Because all the banks were off, literally the ticket machines were all blank, you couldn't do anything, and it's probably good we stayed in the airport so we could book off the Wi-Fi the bus tickets, because it was just a nightmare.
So we got to the hotel,
which was the Golden Port Salou.
Yeah, the Golden Port Salou and Spa.
And we had this half board as well, so we had breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner. Yeah,
we wanted half board, just give it a try. We'd done it in Tenerife.
We loved it.
This was meant to be a bit of a sort of like a cheap theme park holiday anyway. We tried to do it on a budget.
Not stay on site, and we had a look on TripAdvisor a lot of times as well, just to check we were going the right way, picking the hotel. And the first thing we kept seeing on all the comments was about the food, and we have to agree
they weren't
the
wrong.
Food was insane.
They were not wrong.
Every single night, even the night of the power cut, they showed up. They did some amazing dishes.
Yeah, even though the power had been out all day, they still got food.
There was pizza ovens on, jack and potatoes, even chicken skewers. They had loads of stuff on, didn't they? It was fantastic. Really well. And we sat eating in the dark, but you know what? We just made it worth, didn't we? And it was great. Aside from the power cut, they always had amazing desserts, and it wasn't just one chocolate cake. There was loads. I remember on the second day as well, that was we'll come on to PortAventura in a second, but that was the first real time we'd gone to the China pavilion. We're like, we really fancy chicken curry, and then when we got back, there was chicken curry on, and I was like, and you're really looking forward to something, so that was really nice.
Some hotel buffets, we've done one in Tenerife, and while it was nice, the food can be lacking in flavour.
Also rinse and repeat, the same stuff, but there was different stuff every single night.
Yeah.
Every single night.
Food was really flavourful. Couldn't recommend it high enough, and we'll come on to the hotel and what we thoughts on it and things like that later on, but we would stay there again, absolutely.
Definitely. So as you come out of the hotel, so the hotel is literally behind you, 2 blocks to the right is a shop, and it was absolutely bang on, especially for some cards when we were all in darkness and there was nothing else and no entertainment on. We sat on the balcony in the dark, didn't we? Played poker. I won quite a few times as well, so they were a lucky deck of cards. Yeah. But it had all your essentials in there, and it wasn't like that expensive either.
No, it was pretty reasonably priced.
And like if you get to the hotel and take a left, 10 minutes that way was the beaches, and the restaurants down there were. And again, we'll show you some little clips of.
We only went to one restaurant because the food was so good in the hotel, but that was brilliant.
Yeah.
We had a couple of cocktails at a couple of places, but we'll come to all that later on.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think as well. What I was going to say is there's, as you go into the main lobby as well, the actual hotel has a lot of amenities as well. So even if like we forgot another plug, because I don't even know how we did that, but
we forgot the adapter.
Forgot the adapter, and we're like, because it was like absolutely, obviously this is once the power was back on. And they were like, it was like a £4 deposit,
€5 deposit.
€5 deposit. And you could just borrow as many as you wanted, basically. And we're like, right, yeah, sounds. There's small things like that, but they also had loads of like. I know that you wouldn't need an umbrella.
Well,
but
it did rain one day.
It did rain one day. Yeah, you're right.
The umbrella was about €20.
They had spare flip flops, towels, everything there. It was really, really well. And the entertainment, wow, like especially on night.
It was quite wacky some nights.
Excuse me, sorry to spit.
But yeah, like the entertainment was decent.
Yeah.
Seen worse.
What do you mean? I thought, they had that acrobatics with like act was amazing.
Yeah, that was.
For the room they had, they worked the floor. They were amazing.
The DJ wasn't the best though.
The DJ was questionable, but doesn't matter. Like again, that'll come later on. But the acrobatics was really good. The room itself, I actually loved, especially the balcony. Like it was just so lovely waking up and just seeing. Like the pool, and you could see it like further on as well, couldn't you? It
was just nice waking up to some sun and a sight of the pool, really.
Yeah.
I think one other bit of advice from TripAdvisor, which we followed, was to get a pool view room. So I think some were street view, and then there was some rooms which had a view of the car park. So if you are going to stay here, I'd recommend a pool view room. They're quite a good view.
So there was 3 pools in total actually, so you come out onto the main pool there, and that was like the main huge pool there. There is a heated pool as you go down some stairs next to that big main pool. I know there was 4 then. So main pool, then there was a heated pool underneath, and on top of the underneath heated pool there was that other family pool. There was a lot more kids in there because it was a lot more like shallow water basically, and there was like a smaller, more like adult style pool up towards the back as well, just for more like quiet area, and there was like a couple of lounges there and stuff too. So it was sort of split into 2 halves, wasn't it, like the main hotel, and they also did some family apartments over the other side as well. And by the family apartments they had that little bistro, so if you didn't necessarily want to eat dinner, you want to stay on site but you didn't necessarily want to eat dinner in the hotel, on your ticket
pizzas,
there was that other little bistro, and it was really, really nice. Like they had all slushies as well, like watermelon flavoured slushies with vodka and stuff in them, and they were lovely. Really, really nice, and it wasn't expensive either. So honestly, I know I'm going to say once we come into PortAventura, I would like to, if we go again, stay on site for PortAventura, but that's obviously for more of a theme park experience. But I will go to this hotel again. It was fantastic. Really
so the hotel gets big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up from us. So if you want to know what that is, it's the Golden Port Salou, and we'll drop a little link just like from booking.com, or that'll probably be the best, wouldn't it? It just down below for you now.
So walking back from the hotel, what did you think of the location?
So obviously we went for PortAventura and Ferrari World. So the only bad thing, well not bad thing, the only con really to the hotel is there wasn't like a theme park bus necessarily, so we did have to get an Uber, which is fine. So the maximum we paid was €10 one way, but other day, like one of the days we paid, I think it was €550, something like that.
I think you downloaded the Bolt app and like
Yeah,
the first
Bolt is
3
the one.
rides you get half price or something like that. So if you haven't downloaded Bolt and you're gonna go, that's something you could do to save some money. But it is really easy to get there.
10 minutes, not even that, in the car.
Like if you ask the hotel to order you a taxi, they'll be there.
They came in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, they'll be there really quick, and they literally drop you off right outside some steps to go down to the main entrance. Really easy. So, PortAventura, what did you think?
So, the theming of this park was mind blowing. Like, I felt super fully immersed, like whatever pavilion I was in. As much as I'm gonna say I did like the China part, I loved like the Wild West part.
Yeah.
And I just loved it because of the music, the decorations, like, and I love that every single shop you could walk in and there was just different stuff in every shop. It's not just like, so we went to Disneyland Paris last year, and I know obviously they had quite a lot of things closed off because they're obviously renovating some of the areas of the park, but a lot of the shops that were open, it was the same rinse and repeat like merch, whereas whatever pavilion you were in, it was completely different merch, and that's what I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Even the food was really nice.
A lot of variety in merch, a lot of variety within the pavilions, a lot of detail, and I think like every themed shop had a shop inside it. You could actually go in. Yeah. So like I think there's some. Is it Hogsmeade that you can't go in every shop?
Hogsmeade, yeah. So because in Hogsmeade, so this is in Islands of Adventure in Orlando. Some of them are just like obviously a shop front where you would like cast a spell at the shop, but some of the shops you can't go into. That's correct. Yeah. You can go to Ollivanders, of course, and do the wand experience, but some of the shops are just a front.
Everyone on this one, you could go in, and that's pretty cool, really. Like, there's not just there for show.
So the actual how we bought the tickets. So we bought our tickets through Get Your Guide, and it was a total of £315 each.
No, that was between two of us.
Oh,
so
sorry. There you go.
it was, what was the I don't think we did. I think I just we split the tickets. So we were going to do 2 days at the park and 1 day Ferrari Land, but we decided to do an extra day because we'll come to it. But it was quite busy, so we struggled to get a lot of rides in. So we did an extra day. So we basically bought two separate tickets, and it probably would have been a bit easier to just buy a 3-day. But we bought 3 days and 2 days at Ferrari. It was £315. But I think if you go on the Get Your Guide website or PortAventura website, you can get basically a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children for 3 days for about 230 quid. So we did overpay a bit, but that was just how we booked it.
I think because we weren't expecting to go the extra day, we were planning to do potentially something completely different. But again, when we say it was busy, also don't forget we went during the week of obviously the power cuts. There was a lot of school trips that, like when we were speaking to obviously workers, they said there was a lot of school kids that had obviously had to cancel on the Monday and came back the Tuesday or the Wednesday. There was also registered strikes at the time on the Friday, so we had to like move a couple of things around too. So yeah, it was like a really busy week that week. We just hit like the most busiest week. But yes, we went for 3 days in total. So some of the other questions that we got was favourite ride. You go first. What was your favourite ride? So this is across PortAventura and Ferrari Land, across both.
I think I know what you're going to say, so I will say something different, but that ride is very good.
You can still say
probably Red Force, I would say. So
Red Force,
like, it's very unique,
Land.
very unique. You were very nervous going on it. I've never seen you like that going on a ride before. But obviously the sheer speed that you get from the launch, 150 mile an hour, tallest roller coaster in the world, 367 or 8 feet.
67 feet, yeah.
Obviously it's over it in a flash, but it's hell of an experience. Should give it a try when you go, if you're into that.
Even I was a bit scared to
if you don't mind the height.
And I thought I was going to faint, and I was like, no, just get on. Because I normally love a roller coaster, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the height. Like once we hit the top, I knew it wasn't the height. I think it was just the fact that we were going so fast. Yeah. And I went, I don't know. I actually don't even know, because once I got off, I was like, that was nothing. Like, what was it?
Yeah.
And because it's not like you're absolutely getting zapped off and shot up, because it's a long acceleration. In a way, you've got time, so it builds up. It's not just like woof, which is what I think what was scaring me. Whereas because it was a longer one, I was like, actually, this isn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be.
It's not like you go to like 100 mile an hour in a second, is it?
No.
So yeah, it was pretty good. So what about yours?
My favourite coaster was actually Uncharted. So, like there were so many other good rides at the park, but Uncharted just like really got me.
Yeah,
not for fear, nothing like that. It was the immersiveness. I love the queue for starters, because there's a couple of rides in that park where there was absolutely like nothing going on in the queue. It was really like just like snaking around. Whereas that, you felt fully immersed from the word get-go. I love how you can literally connect it to your phone and it starts speaking English to you when everything else is like all these connections going off in Spanish. But you go on your phone, it all comes up in English, and I was like, I actually love that idea, because it doesn't matter where you've come from in the world, it'll translate it for you. And so if anybody's been on Gringotts in Universal Studios, like it's sort of like that with the screens, but then it's also got an element with like some animatronics and stuff in there too. So I just absolutely loved it, and there was so many unexpected moments. There's no like major drops, so not like down, but obviously you get like turn from left to right and stuff. But I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Well worth doing. I would also avoid spoilers as well before you do it.
Yeah, so that's one thing. So when we got to the park, like, well, the week before we went, we were like, do we spoil it and watch loads of POVs or not? And we were like, no. So we didn't know where to start with this park or anything, did we? But yeah, so what was your worst coaster? I know what mine was. I think everyone knows what mine was. And I feel like you could
if you watch the video, like we all know that Franco Banco
is not its actual name, or Headbanger Banco is not its actual name. It's called
Furious Banco.
Its name then. Yeah. Furious Banco.
PTSD'd it out of your memory.
So in the queue, I literally said to him, I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I'm not gonna like this.
You'd already convinced yourself that you didn't like it before.
And I watched the one before me, so I knew when the launch was gonna go. So I was like, right. And as soon as it launched, to be fair, out of the questions of what ride surprised me the most, it would also be Furious Banco, because I didn't realise like the launch. It feels weird. It actually got me watched in Red Force for some reason, and I don't know why, because that's much less.
It's a really, really fast launch.
But because you're on the outside of the ride, you're not like in a cart, so your legs are dangling and stuff, and you're over, you've got overlap and an overhead. So when you're on the side, you're just constantly rattling my head the whole time. I hated it.
You can see that it's a rattler when it comes round on like the bank of the water. You can actually hear it as I'm
not gonna like this.
You can tell, but then even when you get on it and you get shot off and you're going round, like nothing can prepare you for it. It's a proper headbanger. I think my worst ride, not for your reasons, but probably is Furious Banco, just for the shake, for the shake on it.
Yeah, it's still worth doing. We'd still recommend, you got to try it before you buy it. Like, you got to try to have an opinion on it, if you know what I mean. But I'd take 2 paracetamol when I go.
So here's a question. Can you think of a more uncomfortable ride?
Smiler and Alton Towers, that hurts. It didn't rattle, but I could feel it much more jolty compared to other smoother coasters. Like even Shambhala and like Uncharted was very, very smooth too. But yeah, like in terms of that part, that was the most joltiest thing I've ever been on. Like really uncomfortable, but definitely we'd still recommend for you to go on it, definitely. And in terms of was it worth doing? Yeah, but one thing we will say, obviously, so the park opens 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. and I don't think it's enough time personally. So when we went, obviously, could be many factors. Like there was a lot of school kids, obviously, because one big day had been cut out. But a lot, like put it this way, Uncharted, one of the days was 3.5 hour wait.
Yeah, there was a 3.5 hour wait for Uncharted.
Wow, that's like half the park.
And pretty much the whole time we were there, every major ride, like even the Tomahawk ride, which is like the kids coaster.
Hey, that goes quick,
Yeah, it's still pretty quick.
But that was still like 45 at some
like every
moments,
like every ride is a minimum of 40 minutes queue, pretty much, that's worth doing.
Yeah.
And quite a lot of the time it'll veer to an hour, because rides will stop.
As for another thing, I feel like what's the word I'm looking for? Not the mechanics.
The operations.
Operations, yeah. The operations were a little bit on the slower side of things, but there was quite a lot of technical difficulties as well when we were there. But again, this could be because of the power cut, you know, things just coming back on. It was a big surge across the whole country, so and
maybe,
but but I don't think that's anything to do with ride time though. Yeah. Like, I think that's genuine. So I think in a way, if you want to keep things a surprise, definitely do so, but we'd recommend to book for 2 days. So if you don't get
at least 2 days,
if you don't get anything on the first day.
I think the first day we got on 4 rides.
It was 4 rides on day 1 and day 2, and on day 3 we got on 5 rides because we did the train, which actually is really good all the way around the whole park. I actually really like that.
For other parks like Europa Park, I think we did like 8 to 10 rides without even really trying, and having quite lengthy stops, like having a sit down sort of table service meal.
Yeah.
Whereas with this part, like, maybe it was just the week that we went, but we thought the queues were long, and the sort of the condensed part time between 10 and 6 makes it quite difficult to get a lot of rides in, which when you're paying, like, it's still like 50 quid each per day. It's not great value for money on in terms of rides.
If you get on 4 rides a day, it's crazy.
But if you can catch it at a good time, great park, amazing park.
Fabulous, like the theming.
The theming is the best bit. The food was good,
the snacks were good.
Not quite Europa Park too.
No, like Europa Park's in Germany. Like, we did enjoy the food there, which we have another vlog coming on that very soon all about Europa Park. But there was a few things good about this park that I actually liked, again, over Europa Park. So one of those things is a refillable water station. So at every single kiosk, at every single shop, you could buy and purchase water, or every single bathroom there was always a free a free refillable station. And I love that idea because you can always take like a cordial drink to like take with you, and you can always make a juice. You can always buy like a nice Salou cup then, or even these, like, we bought this and we filled up with Coca-Cola, and then I was just refilling this then with water and walking around and in the queues just drinking it, and then we just put it in the bags then. It was just really, really, really handy, and I like that. And another thing I liked as well is that you can bring your own snacks in. So a lot of the time we bring in like little croissants, you know, just like little mini donuts, or like a protein bar basically, or granola bars, just to like keep you going, so you're not like in the mood for like a big heavy dinner. Like, we can't eat really heavy dinners anyway midday because we'd be absolutely asleep somewhere. We'd be like that instead of going on rides all the time.
We'll be asleep on Shambhala.
Going over to drive down. But yeah, like, I love that you're allowed to take some sweets and like snacks in with you basically. I'm not too sure about a full picnic. I'm not too sure. But you're definitely allowed to take...
I know
cheese toasties in with us.
They did check your bags, but it wasn't really like a big deep check. I think like if you're smart about it, you could get some snacks in. Yeah. So I guess
that we're just gonna like come to the end of this then, of would we go again? And
before we wrap it up, if you had 3 top tips for someone going, what would it be?
3 top tips. If you are flying from the UK, of course, or even elsewhere, go to Royce.
Yep.
Because I think it's so much easier to get to from Barcelona, unless you are including Barcelona in your holiday, where you fly to Barcelona, have like a night over in Barcelona, and then come to Salou to do the theme parks and sort of like a beach sort of vibe afterwards, being in the city. Go to Royce, that would be my first one. Number 2, I mean, unless you've already watched some POVs, then I would definitely say go for 2 days. So if you have watched POVs but you've never been before, you'll be able to prioritise what rides you want to do. And I'd probably still say recommend buying 2 days anyway. And then because if you haven't watched any POVs, you want a full surprise like what we did, I was going to say book 2 days. So if you don't hit or you don't get all the way round, because it is a very big park. Tip number 3, wear really good shoes. You are going to walk lengths. Do you walk
wear some
25,
running shoes,
30 miles?
Get like a pair of Hockers or something like that. Or
I wore Skechers, and you need something that's like walking on air, because your feet are going to be like...
Yeah. It's pretty hard going because the lands are quite far apart. There's a lot of walking, and then obviously standing up in the queues. My feet were in bits.
Can I have a 4th tip?
Can you have a foot? No, we're only having 3.
I'm going to tell you anyway. So, maybe wear some active...
That's not in the script.
I'll add it in quick. I was only going to say, tip 4 would be maybe wear some active wear. So I've found that, like, if I wear like really thick cotton shorts like all day, like I get really bad chub rub. Anybody else may be slightly different, but I prefer active wear. So if you want to sweat, like in between, ladies will know what I mean. Like, yeah. Anyway,
I was not expecting you to come out with that then.
That's the truth. But also active wear, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It's cozy. Whereas like some things just quite like, I wouldn't really necessarily wear jeans around a theme park, for example, or even denim shorts, to be honest with you, because they just like stick to me, especially on water rides, and you get that really horrible rash off. Whereas like active wear, doesn't matter if you're wet or dry or sweaty, it dries off quick as well. So that's
I think you could pretty much, like a theme park top tip in general is like, unless you go into the height of winter to like Energy Landing, like what we did. If you go in Florida, your hot parks, basically anywhere there's hot weather, just wear some active wear. It's really easy to pack and easy in your suitcase. But I think you probably covered all the top tips that I would have said, to be fair there. But if there was one thing you'd change, what would it be?
One thing I'd change? That's hard, you know. Go on, you go first while I have a think. I haven't thought this through.
So, like, as great as the hotel was, we would probably stay outside.
Okay. I thought you meant like what a ride, where they changed something. Then sorry. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think if we go back, I think we would try staying on site. I think I'd like that atmosphere, so it's full.
Not that there's
fly to Royce, and theme park.
Not that there's anything wrong with the hotel. No. It was brilliant. We'd just give one of the on site one to go. Probably get an extra half an hour in. Probably just get an extra ride. Something like that. But
we'd definitely go again though, wouldn't we? And we'd absolutely recommend for anybody, whether it's families, there's absolutely everything there. There's loads of shows that we didn't even get around to any of the shows. There was just so much to do there. I feel like again, if it was a little bit not as heavy on the ride times, we probably would have been able to squeeze in
I'm sure we'll end up going again, and maybe it'll be different, or we'll maybe try and pick a quieter week, something like that.
Yeah.
But just to wrap up, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more travel vlogs, and also let us know in the comments as well if you've been to PortAventura. And if you've got any top tips, or what you think, or if you disagree with what we said, if you agree with what we said, or you couldn't believe that Gemma said chub rub in a vlog, wasn't prepared for that.
I was, because I feel like that's just what happens, isn't it? Well,
I'm used to it, but the viewers at home aren't.
I just come out with anything, that's just the way it goes these days. But yeah, if you've got absolutely anything that you think would be valuable for us as well for our next day, absolutely drop the comment.
Or you want to recommend a theme park, we're always good for that.
So we do have some little surprises. So there was some content that we filmed as part of our anniversary day that we did have there, and it didn't quite fit into
it didn't quite make the
vlogs, if you know what I mean, and they would have just been there for no reason. So we're going to put them at the end of this, but we just wanted to talk a little bit about them first. So we in the morning literally just went right down the beach strip, and it was absolutely beautiful down there. I say we went to a place called Lunatic. This was fantastic for cocktails, and obviously just sitting on the beach front. We also did another cocktail bar that was called Baka Baka, and this gave me so much...
Couldn't resist.
Honestly, like you've thrown me off. Bocca. No. Hold your breath. Don't do it again because you'll throw me really off. So we went to this cocktail bar anyway.
What was it called?
I'm not telling you anymore because you're just being a big bully now. He's bullying me, guys. But it gave me a lot of like Hard Rock Cafe vibes. Use it the way that the restaurant was set out. And another thing we did as well was go to a lovely Thai restaurant. Now this is a huge hidden gem for me. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful, reasonably priced, and wasn't too far away from the beach or far away from the Golden Port Salou as well. So yeah, enjoy the next few little clips because it was the final like little clips of the holiday that we couldn't go anywhere else, and we wanted to share them.
It was our anniversary as well. Yeah,
and share what we got up to, especially going to the shop in the very end clip and just going absolutely nuts with dinosaur biscuits. So we hope you enjoy. Good morning and welcome to day 3 in Salou. It is our anniversary today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We have been stuck together for 2 years now, but we've known each other for nearly 3 years. So we're just celebrating today with just a chill day because we've done a lot of walk in the last 2 days, but we're going to have another park day we think tomorrow because it's the 30th anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So we're just going to have a little bit of a walk up and down the beach today, and we're going to go to the beach club just behind, so we're going to take you with us. So we have just located where we want to eat for tea. We think we love Thai food, don't we? So I think this is going to be the one. Now I'm going to just try and get inside, I think, because it looks nice inside. So we have just stepped into the Thai saloon. We've just asked to grab a menu just so we could start having a little look. So I normally go with like these masang curries because they're normally like a peanut base, but there is one there with peanuts. I'm a bit scared because there's 2 chilies next to it. But there is a pad thai there that looks lovely too. What's on the back, love? Ooh, specials, okay.
Iberian pork.
Ooh, that sounds nice. And then free range dash of milk. That sounds nice too. Oh, sticky rice. Oh, I love sticky rice. Do you know what? I probably end up getting like, I'm between one of those. So there's that one there with the chicken, and I love the red curry, Thai red curries. So I'd probably go with that with the red, with the chicken, or the masam, which is the peanut.
I'm tempted to go for that one with the 3 chilies.
Oh.
Let's go for the spicy one.
Okay, well we'll get the tissues out ready for you later. But yeah, we've just basically chilled all day, haven't we?
Yeah, I've been chilling around the pool. Then we played some cards on the balcony, had a couple of drinks. Yeah, because you make up your own rules at poker. That's what it is.
Don't think it is. He's just a sore loser, and it's okay. I know you won in the Sesame Street game yesterday, and I'll probably beat you tomorrow. But I definitely beat you at cards today.
Not sure about that one.
Yeah, so we just literally had a couple of drinks and like chilled on the balcony with some cards up, and we caught some rays. And now we're gonna go back to the Thai restaurant that we booked earlier today. So we'll take you with us. So, I know we already discussed before, but I'm going to go with the Miss San because I absolutely love peanut, and I'm going to add the chicken fry What are you interested in? What's picking your eye?
The pad keema, the seafood pad keema.
Where's that one?
That one, the 3 chilies.
Oh, this one, okay. Oh, the 3 chilies.
Yeah, we're gonna be brave.
Mate, I'm only going with the 1. So we'll see how you get on with that. So I went with the Masang curry, so it comes with chicken thigh and potato pieces, and I've got to say this was absolutely stunning. And then we've also got the jasmine rice, and what was this called again?
It's like a Thai roti.
Yeah, it's like a naan bread.
It's like a naan bread.
And then you've gone with a pad thai. Now that looks absolutely fabulous.
It was the pad keema. It was the spiciest dish on the menu, so we thought we'd go with that.
So
seafood
good luck with that one. So we'll give you our review once we are finished, but this looks absolutely delicious. So we're going to suck in, aren't we? Happy anniversary!
Whoa.
So we've just had our meal in Thai Salou. That was so nice, wasn't it? I really enjoyed my curry.
Possibly one of the best Thais we've ever had, actually.
Yeah, the curry was just so flavoursome. Like all day there was spice,
really
and I was like, when it saw 1 chili, but it wasn't that hot at all. It was just perfect for me.
I had it was a pad keema, seafood. I had 3 chilies next to it, so I was expecting really.
Just some Uber going past with some M&M on. Carry on.
I was expecting really spicy, but it wasn't. It was fine, to be fair. It was a perfect blend of spice and flavour. So
I'd recommend that place to anybody. It was just so lovely, wasn't it? And we had a bottle of wine and stuff as well, but it was just reasonably priced and really yummy food with loads of flavours in it, so we'd really recommend for anybody to go. So we've had a perfect day to our second anniversary together. Basically what we plan to do now is to go back to the hotel, and we've got some DJ on for some entertainment, I think. The
entertainment's a DJ.
So we're going to see what that has to offer. So we're going to walk back now and see when, I think it starts very soon actually, so we're going to walk back now just at a leisurely stroll, and just chill and watch the entertainment. So we have just come up to the room again. So we left at a Thai restaurant which we really enjoyed and would recommend to anyone coming and who loves Thai food.
It was an absolutely boss restaurant, a little hidden gem in Salou.
Definitely. And then we watched the DJ for a little bit, and then we went to the shop. I absolutely love going to the shop and finding like the most randomest thing you can get. So we have got, go on, do the lucky dip bag.
You pulled out some mini Dinosaurus Chocolate. We had these on the first night.
Yeah, we did have them on the first night, and they lasted 5 seconds. Less time than the track time of Red Force. That's how fast they got eaten.
Yeah, because you ate them all.
You ate them all. So we got 2 bags of them because they're not going to last 5 seconds with you. Then we did get, they look, I didn't realise they were wafers. I thought they were something else, like the little mini cookies. So we've got Milka mini wafers, which I'm really excited for. Now, I'm not an energy drink person, but I did post about these on the page.
You literally bought this because there's
I just bought it on it. Yeah, so is it raspberry flavour or something?
Yeah, it is.
So it'll be interesting. You're a Monster drinker. That sounds really weird, that, but you drink Monster, don't you, from time to time? So you'll be more of a energy drink critic than me, but I'm sure it'll help us run round the park for our final day in Salou in PortAventura tomorrow. So with that said, we're gonna just chill now, absolutely scoff our faces with the Choco Leche dinosaur bihis, and thank you again for joining us on our little anniversary date.
Right, let's wrap this up. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on our little mini vlog, and we'll see you again real soon.
Bye.
Bye.